This is a WTWO News Special Report.
Good morning. I'm Dana Winklepleck. We do want to get you up to speed on some breaking news we've been following from Sullivan, Indiana and Robinson, Illinois. Multiple people are dead and devastation has been left behind in those communities after last night's severe weather. Officials in Crawford County, Illinois, giving a briefing really soon. We're going to go to that briefing as soon as we can. But first, we want to talk a little bit more about what happened. Actually, we can go to the briefing now, so let's see what they have to say.
In Robinson, where last night we experienced a catastrophic tornado on the east side of our community. And I want to first thank everybody in this room, the folks in this room that are all with us here today, the first responders, police, fire, emergency services that were on the scene minutes after this catastrophic event. My phone began to ring within seconds after the tornado hit, and coordination was already ongoing. So I want to say thank you to everybody in Crawford County. Thank you to everybody that's volunteering. And thank you to these gentlemen standing next to me that are first responders that are coordinating the recovery of this catastrophic event, many of which have not slept. I've talked to a few of these gentlemen here this morning. They went to bed about 4 o'clock, got up about 4:30, came back in, started coordinating this recovery once again. So folks, they're going to give you a little bit of an update about what took place, about what they're doing, and about what we have in store for the next couple of days. But I do want to say that I've been on the phone with the governor's office, and an emergency declaration will be issued this afternoon that will include Crawford County to open up state resources to assist in the recovery effort. With that being said, I'd like to take it to the county board chairman, and ladies and gentlemen, the power just went out here, but I'd like to take that to the county board chairman, Bill Burke.
We're going to keep talking.
Thank you, Adam. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're in the back, if you need to walk out, please ask the person beside you. We know it's dark. We appreciate each and every one of you being here. Again, my name is Bill Burke, B-I-L-L-B-U-R-K-E. So, as most of you know, 9/10 last night, we were hit with the tornado. We've got damage from the southwest end of our county, clear up to about mid-county on the east side. At this time, we have had an emergency board meeting with the county this morning at 9:30. The county voted Crawford County a declaration of disaster at this time. We got lights back. So at this time, the county board has voted. As Adam said, we was on the phone with them all night. Our county resources, all of our first responders, we can't thank them enough from the county's point of view. We had agencies outside of here, clear from Paris. Down here, we had fire departments. At this time, our airport's completely destroyed, so we cannot use it for anything, even emergency responses at this time. So if you're in the area, if you're hearing this, please, please, please avoid the areas. There are recharging power lines. We do not need anybody hurt. We do not need anybody electrocuted. At this time, it's a very dangerous situation. There's a lot of stuff down there. To go from there at this time, reported, we've got eight injuries, and we've had 3 fatalities up until this time. Again, this is an ongoing operation, will be for days to come. I'll let Mr. Brad Midget, our EMA coordinator, take over and go from there.
Good morning. Brad Midget. That's B-R-A-D-M-I-D-G-E-T-T. As Mr. Burke iterated, we did have 3 fatalities. This morning we had 3 additional MABUS units and a technical rescue team come in and search the affected areas, and they did not find any more fatalities. At this time, everybody in those areas has been accounted for, either through direct contact or through family members. We sent a notice out this morning about the water company. People were talking about some loss of water pressure. They had a catastrophic failure of a generator at their site. They have since gotten one of their diesel pumps back up and operational, and so it has started to increase the pressure. They are asking that the public try to conserve water at this time. It's not an issue of supply, it's an issue of getting it to the tower to provide the pressure needed to get it dispersed. Also, we appreciate the volunteers who want to help. However, at this time, we are waiting to put people in the field for safety reasons. So as of today, we will not be accepting volunteers due to the ongoing work with the power lines. Until Ameren has cleared that and says it's safe, we will not put volunteers into that area. National Weather Service will be here to conduct damage assessments today and try to get the tornado sized. Also been in contact with IEMA. They will also be sending damage assessment teams down today as well. Donations. Monetary donations, if anybody wants to make a monetary donation, that will be handled through the county treasurer's office. Any physical donations, household supplies, anything like that, is being handled by Highland Church of Christ at 500 West Highland Avenue. Use the Fellowship Hall entrance. They're opening at noon. Today, 12 to 4. Other times will be announced. Contact the church's Facebook page for information or to message them directly. It's Highland Church of Christ. I believe that's all that I've got. I'm going to pass it off to Sheriff Bill Rutan.
Hello, thanks everybody for coming. My name's Bill Rutan, last name spelling R-U-T-A-N. Again, I cannot express enough that the support that we received from emergency services from 2-3 counties away surrounding us. Everybody in our local volunteers that have dedicated their time. We have people that have been out and working for over 24 hours now. Put in a regular day of work and then come back in and have been out on scene for over 12 hours now, rescuing people and helping out as much as they can. Again, I cannot thank these people enough. They're going above and beyond their call of duty. We want to emphasize that we don't want a lot of people here. It's not safe yet. We have a lot of damage. There's still the possibility of electrocution because power is coming back on. Unfortunately, talking to the power companies, people hook up generators to their households and it backfeeds through the lines and it causes issues. And it's unforeseen. So we want to keep as many people away from the affected areas as possible as volunteers until we get the power grid safe again. So our main goal is safety. We're looking at anywhere from 60 to 100 families that are displaced at this time. We have households that are just totally destroyed. We've had emergency crews digging people out of their basements because the house has collapsed on top of them. But luckily they had that safe space to go to. So, I express my sincere condolences to the families that have lost loved ones in this case. I can't imagine what they're going through. But we need to come together as a community, which we always do. Anytime something bad happens, we come together as a community so well here. I've worked law enforcement in this area for 32 years, and the people in this area just work so well and come to each other's help at any time they need it. So again, we will be letting people know when it's safe to come in, when it's safe to start bringing equipment in, and accepting any kind of donations to help out the people affected. So we greatly appreciate what we have and what is to come. So again, everybody, please try to stay away from the affected areas for your own safety and for everybody else's safety in that area. And thank everybody for their support, and keep us in your prayers. Mr. Burke, would you come on in?
Okay, so talking to Brad, we've decided at 4 o'clock today we'll have another briefing. That way we can bring everybody back up to speed. It has been discussed. There is a generator. We need a 400 kilowatt generator. We've got in contact. They're about 3 hours away. Marathon sending a crew in the middle of turnaround, thank goodness, to go help get it unloaded, get that taken care of. Again, Bill and Brad both talked about local agencies. Marathon Refinery sent their RIT team out last night, 15 guys. Independent person, didn't have to come out and help us. You know, we can't thank our first responders, the local counties that had fire departments on scene, had ambulances here from 45 minutes to an hour away. We're going to leave these pictures up here. These are pictures that our police chief and the Robinson Police Department is out right now still looking with their drone and taking pictures. We're going to set them on the table over here. Anybody's welcome to look at them. Again, please avoid the area. We do not need any more problems. We've got enough right now. Again, thank each and every one of you for the help. The individuals that stepped up, we appreciate that. Is there anything I'm missing?
We'll put out information for volunteers on the county EMA Facebook.
We will put all information for when we need volunteers on the Crawford County Emergency Management Agency page. Please follow it, and we will coordinate that through here. Please don't just go out and start doing things on your own, because you don't know where the live lines are at and where they're up and where they're down. The new substation south of Robinson, it was hit. We've got a lot of damage. So please, Route 1, the substation there's in a lot of disrepair at this time, so please just don't go out, because we don't know what's been re-energized, and we don't need anybody else hurt. I think that's all I've got. Is there any questions? Oh, Chapin Rose, Senator Chapin Rose is on his way down. Adam's on there. Adam's here. So I would say that there's going to be some state officials in with IEMA and touring the area today as well. So we appreciate all the efforts the states gave us so far as well.
I know you can't speak on behalf of Marathon, but can you just let people know that it's safe, the little details about
As of right now, Marathon is up and running, full speed. This couldn't, for the little community of Robinson, couldn't have happened at any worse time when you've got 1,000 employees plus in here working on a turnaround at Marathon. Marathon was still running today. They did downscale some of their maintenance today, but they are still moving full speed ahead and working like normal. So Marathon's running perfect. We don't have any issues there. We did have one hazmat scene out on Route 1 with some fuel yesterday. We actually had a hazmat team in from out of town handling that situation early this morning, so that is under control at this time as well. Any other questions?
Is generators not recommended to use at all in the Flat Rock area?
Right now, if they're not hooked up properly, yes. If you don't have the disconnects that you need through Ameren right now, it's not a good idea to be running them. If you plug direct items into them, you're fine. But if you're backfeeding your house on them, that's absolutely a no-no.
Because I got a family and they're trying to hook up the other family next door to them.
If they're backfeeding their house, we're going to have problems. If they're backfeeding into their house, that re-energizes the live lines that are on the ground and could hurt somebody. And they need to be directly plugging in if they don't have the proper disconnects.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions?
With the governor's office, what can we expect coming from him?
Well, I just was on the phone with the governor's office 5 minutes, probably 3 minutes before this press conference, and I was advised that the declaration will be in effect as of hopefully noon today that will facilitate some state resources. We're still in the process working out what the next steps will be this afternoon on the release of those resources and what that exactly looks like with the widespread devastation that has occurred throughout the entire state. So folks, I would just ask for your patience on that particular issue. We're working as fast as we can to get that declaration issued, to get the state assistance into the city of Robinson. Any other questions?
I'd just like to say thank you. Thank you very much for State Representative Adam Lindberg for you coming to our community. I know this is a new district for you. We appreciate your support and everything that you're going to do for us. So thank you.
Thank you. And one last thing, send your prayers, folks. We need prayers here. So thank you. Any other questions? Okay. Thank you, folks. Thank you very much. Thank you.
And you have been listening to Crawford County officials giving a briefing on the aftermath of last night's severe weather. So we do want to recap just a moment what was said, the important points there. State Rep Adam Lindberg says the governor's office will issue an emergency declaration. That is so the county can receive state aid. That should happen by about noon. Bill Burke, who is the head of the county board, says the airport there in Crawford County destroyed, asking people to avoid the area. He also told us that there were 8 injuries and 3 fatalities. The EMA director, Brad Midget, said that the search for everyone took place again this morning. It took place last night. It continued today. They have not found anyone else, and everyone now has been accounted for. He also said, though, water pressure there in the area is low. They're asking you to conserve water if you do live in that area. He says there's an abundance of water. It's just the pressure issue because of some damages there to their water system. They say they do not need any volunteers right now because of potential dangers with power lines. When they do want volunteers, you can check out the EMA website and they will ask for the volunteers, but right now they do not need any. The National Weather Service is going to be in town today. We'll talk to Dan a little bit about that here in a moment to see if this was indeed a tornado. If you want to make any monetary donations, you can do that through the Treasurer's Office. If you want to make any kind of physical donations, contact Highland Church of Christ. Also, then Sheriff Bill Rutan, he just thanked first responders, said some of them had been there for 24 hours. Emergency crews even digging people out of basements. And he also asked for everyone to pray for their community. Another press conference going to take place later today at 4 p.m. Central Time. So, Dan, let's now talk a little bit about what happened last night and why it's so important for the National Weather Service to come out, because it looks like a tornado, but it can't be declared yet.
Not yet, but I'm pretty sure after looking at that debris from Crawford County, that's going to be determined to be probably a fairly large tornado due to the scope of that, how much it damaged, the destruction, the deaths. Initially, what they do is they come in with a survey team from Lincoln, Illinois, the Weather Service office there. They will probably use drones to go up above this, and they look for a pattern of damage, a storm track along the ground, because tornadoes will leave a little corkscrew pattern as they move. And also from looking at that footage there, a straight line thunderstorm wind will knock everything down in one direction. Like trees and power poles. That had twisted debris in yards, on roads.
In trees?
In trees, and the way houses were just basically gone. I'm pretty certain that's going to be declared a tornado, and likely the same thing is going to happen in Sullivan County once the National Weather Service crew from Indianapolis comes over. And they'll follow the same pattern. They'll put some drones up and they'll see it. Might even use a helicopter and airplane on occasion they do this. But I think both of these communities are going to be determined to have been tornadoes. You can see the twisting there. That definitely indicates there was some rotation there. And that hit a little after 10 o'clock. And that's another bad thing about this. Hit at night. And you can't see them a lot of times, so that's why it's
we have reports that some people were sleeping when it came through. They were just woke up by their phone, maybe an alert.
You've got to have that safety plan. Either a phone goes off or a weather radio or something. And tell you, if you don't have a basement when something like that's coming at night, unfortunately, we've seen, 3 deaths in Robinson and over in Sullivan as well. So
and if anyone is not familiar with the kind of geography of this, Robinson is right next door to Sullivan County. One's in Illinois, one's in Indiana. And you can, if you're on 41 in Sullivan County, you can kind of see the path where it crossed the highway from Illinois coming into Indiana. So.
And then it moved on east of Sullivan. It diminished. It had punched itself out, but there was some minor damage over in Owen County around, I think it was Gosport, and also around Patricksburg, but nothing like we've seen there in Crawford County, or a video we'll see from Sullivan here eventually as well.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of damage from this video. And we do want to say we have also been in Sullivan County all morning long as well. We're going to come back with another news update a little bit later, show you some video from there. You can also check out our Facebook page and our website, mywabashvalley.com. We're keeping you updated on everything that we know.
And do want to tell people this storm is long gone, pushed off to the east. It's diminished greatly, so we're going to have today, Sunday, probably most of Monday before we'll see a return of any weather as far as rainfall goes anyway.
A lot of devastation.
Yeah, and these high winds, that will diminish by about 6 o'clock in this evening. Things will calm down and be a little cooler.
Yeah, very windy out there now, too. All right, thanks, Dan. And thank you for joining us.
This is a WTWO News Special Report.